Okay.
I'm more relaxed now.
Amazing.
With some juice, wine,
red berry
beer.
Like, can we just... This is for the bloopers, I don't care, we're using it. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Matilda. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. Yeah, I'm really telling you what to do right from the very first minute or so. Today we have Ning here with us and we're gonna be talking heart to heart, right?
Heart to heart talk, yes.
About mental health. And I'm so excited to share this space with her. So Ning, tell us, all about yourself.
Hello, I'm Ning and I do like food content on my Instagram channel. I also do a lot of like travel TikToks and reels because I recently went to Jeju and all this, so it was really nice to like share my experience with you guys. And I know a lot of you guys are like gonna travel to Jeju or Korea soon. Feel free to save my reels.
Yeah, please do. Oh my god, I check her out. And like you all need to see, right, her food content is fantastic. I think the level quality and like it really looks amazing. Today we're actually going to be talking about mental health regarding family, relationships, even friendships. But I think the main ones we wanted to focus on was like family and relationship. Let's kick off the first topic, which is family and how it affects mental health, right? Yeah, maybe I can start first and talk a little bit more about my family dynamic. And traditionally, right, like my family is very fragmented. Like they're separated, right? My mom and dad, they're directly divorced for quite a long time already, since I was in school, like in secondary school or something. And are you okay?
Sorry.
Because I'm not okay. Okay, so like my parents were actually divorced when I was like 12 years old, and I never really like felt very much affected, aside from the fact that like I really wanted to stay with my dad. I don't know why, because last time I was very close to my dad, like daddy's girl kind of thing. It's like you're very close to your dad, but like your mom is like always a very cool Asian mom kind of vibe. So I think like my relationship with my dad, right, was so pure, and like I really loved him so much. I even wanted to move in with him, but sadly I couldn't because he actually declared bankruptcy. So it was very tough for him to like take me on as well. Oh my god, you're finding out so much new things about me today, Ning. I feel like we got to know each other a little bit better.
Deeper.
Yeah, it's the first time hearing about this, and I think it's the first time I'm talking about it on camera as well. Like, so that really affected my mental health when I was young because of the fact that I loved my dad so much, and I really wanted to stay with him now, basically. So thereafter, really something happened, that's why they got divorced, right? And maybe I was too young back then, I didn't want to ask my parents. So I only found out when I was like 15 or something that he cheated on my mom. And not even once or twice, it was a couple of times. And he did a lot of things behind her back that was just not great as a man. But like, this is the part that I struggle with, and I've just told her offline, off the camera, right? That, when I hear about the stories from both sides, like I talk to them and I'm very close to both of them, right? I understand them, and like we hang out, we drink, like my parents are really very chill people. So when I asked both of them, like, what happened between you guys and like why do you guys get divorced, right? And my mom said, he cheated on her and did so much of these kind of things, and she shared her perspective about it. But when my dad shared his perspective about it, right, I felt like I somehow like forgave him for cheating on her, and I understood why he did it. Okay, and hear me out. So this is a part that's probably I need to like convince you all.
I was quite shocked too when I first heard it.
Yeah. Okay, like why I say like cheating itself, right? The definition of cheating, yeah, it's a bad thing. Yeah. The action itself, it's it's very unlawful. It's very sad. Like it's quite like you shouldn't be doing these kind of things, but you're doing it. Okay, but hear me out. I understood from him, like his own side of the story was that he felt very pressured, to live up to certain expectations in the marriage and to be a good father at the same time, and that it was just easier to sort out, like to seek out, like easier like sense of release. Like he felt very stressed at home, so it was just like, while I understand you, like I can't justify what you did, but I will forgive you because you're my dad, and I will forgive you because I know it's difficult. I mean, now as an adult, I know that life is really not as easy as I thought it would be, or not everything just falls into your lap as you want it. Not every dollar can be saved. Sometimes things happen, you have to spend, right? So like I understand like how hard it was trying to raise a family, and being like middle class income kind of vibes. Like it wasn't the easiest thing, but of course he should have, like while I say this, right, like I forgive him and I understand why he cheats, right, I also think of the things that he could have done better, which was like he could have communicated his issues better. maybe they just needed a lot of therapy lah. Okay, like, after finding that out, right, like it didn't really affect my mental health that much, but then it was more of like when I was very young, it sucks lor. Like, wow, your parents getting separated, what the hell, like your entire life like turned upside down. You need to move house, move here, move there, meet new step parents, meet new stepdad, stepmom, meet new girlfriends of theirs. Like it was just very like not really traumatic, but it gave me a very bad taste of what love was. Because to me it's like, wow, then love not real.
Wow, yeah.
You know, it's like,
that's
wow.
your first impression of it.
Yeah, that was like my first view, because it's like, oh, my parents failed. It means that why my relationship also failed. So yeah, I think that's why family like past, right, is very very going to be in tune with my next topic, which is the whole relationship side of things. But yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say, right? It's like it really affects like the way you view things and the way you view your own relationship with people lah. It's like, wow, like to the point now when someone tells me they cheat, right, I'm like, you know, do you regret it lah? And like, oh, why would you do that? Like I would try and understand first, because firsthand I experienced it already. So it's like when I see other people now, it's like, oh, you know, why do you do it? You know, like if you did it, did it make you happier? Or like, you know, oh, you were very stressed, okay, I understand. But like, did you try and communicate it? Like, you know what I mean? Like at least now I don't shut people out like straight away when they tell me they cheat or whatever. I just want to understand like what was your thought process when you did it, you know? I think that was kind of like my take on cheating. Do you have any topic? Do you have any inputs here?
I mean, yeah, overall I've always like applaud like I would say like friends or like people my age that comes from like divorced family, because I know that it's not hard, but then again we can never put ourselves in their shoes, because they are the one that really experience it. I mean, like as much as we know that it wasn't easy, we really don't know until like, wow, you really go through it. So wow, they are, I think, the strongest people ever. But yeah,
you mean the cheating, right?
no, the I would say like friends who come from divorced family. And then for cheating side, it's definitely good to have this kind of perspective, because like in our society we always like, oh my god, why he cheat, he's a badass, he's an asshole. But then again,
we instantly shut people down so fast.
There's always like a push and pull factor. I would say that
always push and pull, exactly.
And problems will always like have arises like
triggers,
triggers, or like from the past, maybe like problems are starting to like sprout already, just that we just like sweep it under the carpet. Right.
I think we do that a lot.
Then that's why it, like, you know, it just like
it festers
and then like it became like, you know how a ball roll down the hill, it just became like, oh, then cheat is like the only way out, you know, that kind of thing.
I think that really stems from a lot of issues, right? Like we can't really communicate our problems well enough, or you know, people not willing to listen as well. It's not just one way, right? Like you can tell someone like, I'm so unhappy, I'm so upset, but if the person is just like shutting out, then you can't like get to them. So it's it's a two-way street. That aside, like I feel that family relationships, right, really affect your mental health, because in your day-to-day, like back when I was younger also, I was trying to study, right, and then they will always just be fighting, they will always be like banging this, banging, like throwing this, throwing that. Like it was very disruptive. And you know, like eventually when I grew out of it, right, I grew to have like no emotions towards these kind of actions. It's like fight law, then fight law. Like, you know, to me it's like I don't see any point in fighting. And it does affect me lah, because it's like, oh no, then am I doing like the whole avoidant kind of stance, or am I escaping because it's easier? You know?
Actually, that will flow to the next topic, like how it affects you viewing your
exactly my own relationship. Okay, so let's save it for later. Any other aspects towards like family and mental health that we want to address?
Not too much, but then I would say I think the most prominent things that I experienced quite recent was definitely my mom was like a bit down on her mood. And then that kind of like, I mean, not depression or anything, but it's just like down on her mood, and then like, you know, very fussy, very like agitated easily, you know, that kind of thing. So it kind of really affected the whole dynamic. And then I also find myself like my mood like going down, like why are we listening to all these like nonsense, and like I'll say like, you know, things that you say or like in a daily basis, or agitated at things that really doesn't add value to your life, I would say, in a long run or short term. So that was when I knew that I had to talk to my mom, like, hey mom, you know, if you are doing all these, you really my tongue growling. No, I'm not hungry. Just some gas. But I was just like, I was telling my mom, hey mom, you can't really like behave like this in the long run lah. Like at least like have to change your attitude or the way you speak, because it really does affect my mood as well lah. Like I'm so I'm also sad to see you this way, but then at the same time you're like agitating everyone, and I also get agitated, you know. Then it will be like a never ending loop. So it was really nice to like just sit down, talk to my mom, and then it was nice to like see her. It's definitely not an instant change, but then it's like it can take weeks, it can take months.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, you definitely see the change lah. Like when something like agitated her or frustrated her, she will like okay take a step back a bit. So that actually helps. Yeah.
Okay lah, that's good. At
So
least
that
like
was-
that that pairing of self-awareness.
Self-awareness. That really helped lah in a day-to-day. Yeah.
Okay. No, I think that's a very interesting share that you mentioned, like really down to the daily mood, right?
Daily mood.
Any small thing, if you're sharing the same environment, that would definitely affect you as well.
Yeah.
I think personally for me also, right, my mental health in COVID-19 period, in 2020, sorry, it was very, very affected because I was staying with them last time, and like, it's like a madhouse eh. Like my mom is a whiskey trader, and then my stepdad is like a tennis coach, and I have a dog as well. So imagine, right, this tennis coach walks in and out for 4 to 5 times in one day because he has to go for classes, right? So he has to go for classes at like 9 a.m, 11 a.m, 3 p.m, 5 p.m. So it's like he's back in and out of the house, and then my mom is always like screaming on the phone at someone, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, how do I do work here? You know, and it affects my mental health because I was locked in my own room. Eventually, I was like, you know what, my room is the safest. Because clearly they need the space outside, right? So it's like, oh my god, like now I'm stuck in these 4 walls, right? These 4 walls, and I'm eating there in my room. I am doing my 9 to 5 in my room. I'm also doing my extra, because I was studying like a extra diploma, right? And I was doing that, like night classes, right, in my room. And I was working out, you also know about that. Yeah, during COVID. So I was like, oh my god, like, I need my own space. I need my own space. So that's why I moved out. Yeah, and that was the only solution that worked at that time, back in 2020.
It is very great that you took the step to change your environment.
Yeah, no, that's, when you're unhappy, change your environment, you know, or at least like work towards changing your environment.
Towards changing, yes.
Yeah, but yeah, it was just a trying time, I think, for everyone, especially during COVID-19.
Yes.
Because you're stuck with families, right?
Yeah.
So you're really seeing each other every single day. So your interactions with them, like, sometimes even the smallest things can trickle down.
Oh my god, yes.
Trigger you.
It's just like, how to say, expand.
Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, what's that?
Magnify.
Magnify,
yes.
Yeah, oh my god, but I feel that. Okay, I think we can do a quick wrap up for this particular topic. I feel like we covered quite a few bases, talking about cheating, talking about mental health, talking about, like family nuances and everything. I think it's been exciting. I love this topic. But I really want to do a quick segue into the next topic, which is talking about mental health in relationships. And relationships could be, your friendships, could be your romantic relationships. But where do we want to steer this conversation? Probably more towards like the romantic side.
Yeah, we can always start off with romantic, then we can trigger it down to friendships.
Yeah, then we can trigger it down to friendships. Okay, so